Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we're here at the Grand Hotel for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. And we have with us right now the CEO, right, of community colleges, presidents, right? Brandy Johnson, it's good to have you here. How are you?
I'm so great. Thanks for having me again, Chris.
You know what? You look too happy.
Oh, it's a beautiful day on the island. It's hard to not be happy on Mackinac Island.
Well, it is, but I also know that you are enjoying what you're doing quite a bit. Now, how long have you been there?
3.5 years, and I think I have the best job in the world. It's my job to be the voice of Michigan's community colleges, and I'm so blessed. I have so many great things to say about community colleges.
Well, I tell you, for someone who smiles as much as you do, I'm wondering, do you know that you get federal funding?
Yeah, not as much as our friends at the four-year universities, I must admit. But yeah, we are grateful that there seems to be a continued commitment to keep up our end of the bargain on the Pell Grant, which is the most important thing for community colleges. Pell Grants are the bedrock of student financial aid, and without the Pell Grant, the state couldn't afford to make its commitment on financial aid, and students and families wouldn't be able to access community colleges.
And there was talk about the Pell Grant going away.
There was, but we've seen some pretty strong commitment that the Pell Grant is going to stay. There might be some small changes that we are pushing back on right now, but there seems to be broad bipartisan agreement to keep the Pell Grant.
Super stuff. And you know, we were saying this off air, but I think it's worthy of saying the responsiveness of the community college system is pretty incredible. It's always overwhelming.
Yeah, so Michigan is home to 31 community and tribal colleges. And what's so special about Michigan's ecosystem of community colleges is that they are all autonomous from each other and autonomous from the state. The community colleges report to an elected board of usually 7 individuals who are community leaders who know what their community needs in terms of workforce development and talent investment and student success. And they're able to very in a nimble way respond to employers' needs.
Yeah. And pass their own millages, et cetera, et cetera. So take care of themselves for the most part. So what are the big challenges? Are enrollments solid?
They are. Each of the last 2 years, we've seen modest increases in enrollment at community colleges, more so than our friends at the four-year institutions, and even more so than most states. And I think that has a lot to do with Michigan's community colleges' ability to diversify our student enrollments. So we aren't just looking to attract the 18-year-old that's straight out of high school. We certainly serve those students, but we serve a ton of students that haven't even graduated high school yet through our dual enrollment programs. And then we also attract so many working age adults back into the classroom through the incredibly successful program of Michigan Reconnect, which makes community college tuition free for adults 25 and older.
Unbelievable. And what you've done. Also internationally, you've got an international department there that kind of moves students and aids them.
Yeah, we're here to support all students and making sure that they have a successful outcome, whether they get certificates or certifications, associate degrees, transfer to a bachelor's degree. We also have workforce development arms of each of our community colleges that just do sort of non-credit training, direct training that employers need. So we've become a huge asset for small and large employers alike.
So yeah, the interesting thing is when employment rate is low, usually enrollments are low. So this is kind of a conundrum.
Right. It's counter cyclical usually. You know, the economy is bad, people are out of work, so they go back to community college to skill up. We're seeing the opposite is true, just increased enrollments despite a pretty healthy economy. And again, I think that has everything to do with legislators on both sides of the aisle and this governor making this a priority. They set a big goal in 2019 to 60 by 30, increase the percentage of adults with a college degree or certificate to 60% by the year 2030. Having a North Star goal to keep us focused on the vision
Yeah.
helps. And then we've just made year over year investments in student financial aid to really take out the affordability question through Reconnect, the Achievement Scholarship, and the Community College Guarantee.
So I've got about 30 seconds left. What's your biggest challenge?
Well, our biggest challenge is really just sustaining these investments. You know, we've obviously had a change in leadership in the House. We want to make sure that these, you know, over the past 6 or 7 years, these investments we've made in student financial aid, Reconnect, and community college guarantee in particular, are sustained by new legislators. There's term limits and term turnover, and we need to make sure that, you know, new legislators recognize the importance of ensuring that all students can afford a post-secondary education, especially at our already very affordable community colleges.
Well, Brandy Johnson, president of the Community Colleges, Michigan Community College Association. Thanks for the good work you do. We appreciate it. Keep that workforce coming.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, we're coming to you from the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. We're here for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. I'm Chris Holman. You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network.